Hello everyone, it's Maha. I've been asked by my beautiful friend Danu from Danu's Dragonfly to do a video in response to her video on lucid dreaming. And this topic is so inspiring to me. Her video was very inspiring, and the whole topic of lucid dreaming has been one of my passions throughout my life. My very first experience with lucid dreaming was when I was 8 years old. I remember I had this nightmare that something or someone was chasing me and I was running away really fast, trying to run until I reached a point where I couldn't run anymore and I was kind of stuck in a corner, and that thing or person, which I was really afraid of, was actually going to catch me. And at that moment precisely, I remember I said to myself, well, this is my dream, so I can change things. I can do whatever I want. I'll just change this, I'll get rid of that, I'll add that. And I started to create what I actually wanted rather than what I was afraid of. So I changed this fearful anxiety dream into a peaceful, highly imaginative world that I created myself. And ever since then, I continued to do this all throughout my childhood. And I didn't even know it was something out of the ordinary or something rare. I thought everybody was able to do what I was able to do. Until the age of 15, when I was in grade 10, because I loved dreams always so much, I was always really fascinated by them. I even kept many journals as a child and as a teenager on my dreams. And when I was 15, I did this research paper. Well, we had to do this research paper for school, and I decided to do mine on dreams. And that's when I discovered what lucid dreaming actually was. So before that point, I was naturally doing it, and I didn't even know that it was anything weird or uncommon. I thought everybody was just naturally doing that, just like I was. So then I learned about it, and I read that it's something that can be trained, and that psychologists work with their patients sometimes, where they teach them how to lucid dream so they can have control over their waking lives. So I continued to do the lucid dreaming when I deepened my knowledge of it, and I could explore those facets of my dream world even better when I gained the actual knowledge of reading from books. But what I wanted to talk to you about was more my own personal experiences, what I think will help you with lucid dreaming, and also what I think will help you with having a better memory, dream recall, and a recollection of your dreams, and also to maybe vivid dreams, have vivid dreams more often. So if you are doing dream work, this might be interesting for you. If you're already doing lucid dreaming, this might also be something you're already doing. One thing I want to mention first is how I feel that sometimes we can create blockages to our dreams or to lucid dreaming unconsciously without really being aware that we are creating those blockages or doubts. And I'll explain that. So sometimes I hear people saying to me, friends or people that I know, saying, I had this dream. It was so cool. It was so great. I just hope it happens again. I really want it to happen again. And to me, what I feel is that this actually creates a slight bit of doubt for your subconscious mind. Doubt that you will have this experience again. I'll explain. I'll give you an example. So sometimes has it ever happened to you when you're trying really hard to remember someone's name, or you're trying really hard to remember a name of a film or a sitcom or something, and you can't remember it, and you're working so hard to try to remember it and you can't. And then as soon as you let go and you just say whatever, forget it, it comes to you. Just like that, it comes to you. Because when you let go and you relax, your subconscious mind responds. Which is why I think instead of wishing, hoping and wanting it so badly to happen to us, we need to trust, to really, really trust and to believe that it will happen because it's part of your experience. Your dreams are part of you. Your dreams are not separate from you. They are a part of your being. They are you. They are your experience. So trusting it, really, really trusting it, and not getting so overly excited when it happens and then wanting it to happen again. Just observing it, taking interest in the fact that it happens, being thankful that it happens, and not asking for more just because it happens when it happens. And that's how it is, I feel, that when we try to control our subconscious mind, that doesn't really work. That's the conscious mind. The conscious mind always wants to control our life. Not that it's a bad thing, it's trying to do good things, but sometimes it does that, and then what happens is, in my opinion, that creates a block. So what we need to do instead is just really, really trust that it will come whenever it comes. The little bit that I know about sleep patterns is that when we sleep at night, our body is repairing and regenerating, both on a physical level and psychically. So if you know, maybe you already know this, that a lot of times with antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication or nerve medication that's for nerve pain, neuropathic pain, a lot of times the side effects associated with those medications is vivid dreaming, because those medications are targeted to do exactly that, to relax your mind, to calm your mind, and to let it heal during the night and do all the repairing that it needs to do. So apparently, when we are physically repairing at night, we don't actually remember our dreams very much at all. And it's when we do the psychic cleansing and the psychic repairing that we have vivid dreams. So I guess the way I think about it is that if it happens, it's meant to happen because you need it, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen because you don't need it. So I think once we relax about that, I think that's the key, very first key thing, is just communicating with our dreams as if they are a part of us, part of our daily life, bringing the dreams of nighttime in your daytime as much as possible. Journaling is a really great way, of course, and then there's another technique which I call chasing. That's kind of what I've made up. So there is a stage, what I call in-between stage. It's the stage in between when you are really asleep, like unconscious asleep, and then just before you become conscious, just before you awaken and wake up to the day world, there's that little in-between phase. Doesn't last very long, lasts only a few seconds. So what I do, this is what I've learned to do from experience, is once I'm in that stage, it's a really calm stage. Stay there a bit longer. There is no need to rush and wake up, unless, sometimes, of course, we set our alarms and we have to go to work and things like that, but sometimes we don't have to. So stay in that stage, and when you're in that stage, focus on your breath from the belly. Really focus on the breath from the belly. And then go into your dream. You're still in that stage, so catch it. Like a thread, like the end of a thread. You catch the thread, and then you pull a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So you're extracting, you're going in your mind and you're extracting whatever details you can see from your dream from the night before, because that's when it's really fresh in your mind. This is before you actually get up, grab your pen and pencil and start journaling. This is the phase where you want to try to extract and bring out as much detail as possible from where you are in that stage, to trace it back, Sometimes you'll even fall back asleep. A lot of times I fall back asleep and I continue my dreams. I do this, I don't know what it's called, if there is a term for it. I do this all the time, where throughout the night I'll wake up and then go back to sleep, but I always follow the same dream. And I used to do this as a child too, because I used to have really cool dreams when I was little, like fantasy and really like amazing stories, and then I wanted to go back to them, so I would just go back to my dreams again and continue. This wouldn't happen the next day, but the same day, just continue. So when you're in that stage of that middle space, try to see if you can just hold on to the thread more, pull it, pull it, pull it as much as you can. You kind of have to dig. You kind of have to maybe, I don't want to say try hard, because trying is, again, going against what we're trying to do, what we're doing. You want to just let it come, follow it. That's why I call it chasing. Chase after the images. You see a little girl grabbing something. What is she grabbing? Go and look at what she's grabbing. She's grabbing a box. And then where's the box? Look at what's around it. Go into your dream space, in that middle space, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you do if you have experience working with dreams. So chase it. Trust the process. Chase it. After you chase it, get up from your bed, journal. It's great. And then another thing after journaling, which I think is really important, is talking about your dreams. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever's interested in listening. Talk about the dream. Bring it out into the world. Make it part of your daily life experience. It's not only for the night. Your dreams are there to help you for the day. So you work with it. Keep thinking about the dream throughout the day. Maybe if you're at work, if you have a moment to think about the dream. Think about it, come back to it, revisit it. Let it be part of your waking reality so that you can more easily bridge this gap of the conscious and the subconscious mind. And so you can allow your conscious mind to change things, if you like, during your dreams, which is what we call lucid dreaming. So then you're conscious in your subconscious mind. You're consciously at work. I don't want to say control. I don't want to use the word control, because we tend to think that we are taking control of the subconscious mind, but it's not about that. It's more of a cooperation. It's more of a working together, reaching a friendly, observing, taking interest stance, as opposed to really wanting and really hoping, as if it's the best thing that ever happened and you want it to happen again. It's a part of you. Trust it. And then I want to talk about just a couple of things. First, one thing I think is just a good practice is learning to become a better observer. And by that, I mean observing the things around you throughout the day, not just in nature, because this we always talk about, and of course that's really important, but also in other people. How much attention do you pay throughout the day to other people that you see around you? For example, if you see people walking, without judging whether you like what you see or not, how much of the detail of what they're wearing, of what they look, just observe the things around you, the interactions of people, how they are interacting with each other, the details like the fabric that's matching the pattern of, I don't know, their hair. Find patterns. Look at people as if you're looking at art. Look at everything as if you're appreciating what you see, because that's the visual sense. Looking at color, paying attention to colors, all these things will help make your dreams much more vivid. And another thing that I think really helps is working on our memory. The same part of the brain that is in charge of dreams or processes our dreams is also the same part that is linked to our memories. So you can work on your memory with many things, like symbols and images. Symbols are great. Symbols and glyphs, even numbers, are really great. So if you can memorize things like ruins or even numbers, what I do is I memorize phone numbers all the time. I never write down any phone numbers. So in my memory has gotten so much better at remembering numbers now that I can even program it to remember a phone number for like days or even for minutes or even seconds. I know how that feels to take the information and put it in. And I'm not really talking about names or subjects or even quotes or, that's great if you can memorize that. Although I think there's a difference between memorizing phrases and sentences than memorizing photographic symbols. And numbers are great because they are photographic. And so sequence of numbers, if you can try to remember, just try very simply by remembering numbers. I have memorized, for example, all my numbers, my healthcare card, because we have a healthcare card here in Canada with a number that's 9 digits. I remember that. I remember all my phone numbers of everything, doctors, whatever, friends, everything. And it's like I say, it just gets better with age. And when you're, for example, sitting in the car, if you're not driving, do you pay attention to signs around you, to things that have changed or stay the same? Did you ever play this game? I used to play this game when I was a kid in elementary school, where a kid would leave the class or stay in the class and observe everything very, very carefully, and then leave the classroom, and then the kids would switch something around or put something somewhere else, and then the kid had to come back in the classroom and see what changed. I'm talking so fast that I forgot to breathe. The subject is so interesting for me. I could talk about it for ages and ages. So yeah, that game is really good because it's like a observation game. You pay attention to everything around you. And then I used to play this other game as a kid where we had cards, 2 of each card through images, and then we had to turn the cards around and remember where things were and then match them up by memory. I'm sorry, I don't know what these games are called in English. I used to play them as a child when I was in Iran, so I don't know what the names are called, what the names of the games are. But you know what I mean, picture games, memory games. Your tarot card divination is a really great tool for our subconscious mind, as you obviously already know if you're watching this video. And I have a really great exercise for learning to become a better observer, and watch out for that. That's coming up. I'll do that in a few upcoming videos. It's going to be called Drawing from the Right Side of Your Brain, and I have an amazing exercise. It's just really great for helping you to strengthen. It's like an exercise for your subconscious mind, for your imagination, for your intuition, and this will help you really a lot with dream work. Any kind of creative activity is great. Anything you do that's creative is going to support your subconscious mind, and all this is just going to help you to remember your dreams, to have a better dream recall, to help you to have vivid dreams, and to help you to bring your dreams into your conscious waking life, so that you can more easily bridge the gap between the conscious and the subconscious mind during nighttime. And that's all I'm going to say for now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video. And thank you, Danu, for posting this really amazing topic. And as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.